Hello, everyone. This is Ana Luiza speaking from Soma Studio Milano here in Milan. I'm here with my partner Marlon.
Hello, guys.
Today, we are going to host our very first talk from a series called Back to Materials. And this series is about the development of sustainable materials. We will be talking with designers from different countries and different backgrounds. Today, we want to welcome Song, a South Korean designer, who will be talking with us about her project. Hello,
Hi, how
Song.
are you?
Hi,
Hi,
Song.
nice to meet you. Thanks for hosting me in this event.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for coming. We are very happy to have you. We read a lot about your project. It's very interesting. And yeah, we are very glad that you are here all the way from South Korea. So let's start. We have prepared some questions here for you. Let's start giving a brief introduction about yourself, your field of work, research, background. Tell us about you.
Okay, I'm Song from South Korea. Glad to meet you and share my work with you again. I have a background in furniture design and woodworking, and currently I'm in master's course in design products in London to expand my design opportunity. And so actually I did various works from furniture design to conceptual art. And currently now I'm more focusing on material study and sustainability within the course.
Okay, great. So now let's talk about your project. Sorry, the Breathe project, right? So
Yeah.
can you give us an overview of this project? What inspires you when you come up with the idea?
Um, okay. At first, this project is started from exploring the material egg itself, not aiming for the filter. And I saw that from the early human history, we regarded an egg as a religious symbol, decoration, painting material, and food ingredients. And now, with our current industrial perspective, it became just troublesome waste. So, seeing one material change it from one life to waste depends on human use. Like this inspired me to start to find right form to bring back the value of the unwanted material with the right context. So this is project to alternate plastic masks, but also I wanted to people to realize that our attitude towards waste and materials through my project.
Yes, we really find amazing how you create something out of the eggshell waste, because as you explain in your project, the industry of food condiments like mayonnaise is growing and it's likely to grow. So it's very relevant because this waste can be kind of, how can I say, inconvenient because landfills reject this kind of waste, as you explain in your project. So do you have a sample of the mask there, of your material to show us?
Yeah, so this is the sample.
Ah, nice. Okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
the fabric.
Could you put more close to the camera? Okay, nice.
Okay, cool.
Very nice. We invite all of you guys to see the full project in our Instagram account. You can see the mask there as well. It's very, very interesting. And as people are saying nowadays, the disposable masks are becoming the new plastic because we'll pollute all our oceans. So it's very, very interesting, the project that you made.
Yes, because we have a very strong concern now about disposables like masks, gloves. We need to use disposable now to protect ourselves, to be safe. But how do we approach these, right? With since this, if these disposals are not biodegradable or compostable, so that's why we find your project, your mask, very interesting because it's biodegradable, right, and compostable as well.
Yes, so if I briefly give the overview of my project,
Yes, sure.
like yeah, currently with COVID-19, we saw the air quality became better, but also at the same time, the world is in the race to produce protection masks to face the virus. However, as you know, those masks are all made of petroleum-based material, which cause environmental problems and also highly depends on fossil fuel. So I thought we all acknowledge the need for sustainable material, and also in the situation that nobody knows that when this pandemic will end, and we don't know what kinds of new infectious disease will come in the future. So I think it's one of the urgent issue that we need to make a solution. So this mask is mainly made of egg membranes, which is white and thin material in eggshell. And originally this material, this membrane is a natural protector to egg embryos from bacterial infection. And also the water and air can pass through this thin membrane, so it works as a breathing passage to eggs. So I came up with the idea of natural filters, and from that, a lot of paper research and physical experiments had done together. So the structure of egg membrane is web-like fibrous protein, which can filter dust physically with very tiny pore size, and it can be combined with antibacterial metals such as copper and silver to have antibacterial property. And it is already known that this protein has special metal absorption property, so it can capture heavy metals and fix the pollutants without releasing them. So from the fibers, I used really basic paper molding process to make it paper-like material, which was really stiff. And then I used egg white solution with other chemicals, so it becomes like the soft fabric pieces.
Okay.
So this non-woven fabric made of protein fiber became a potential material to alternate existing masks material.
Okay. It's no, go on. Sorry.
And actually, this project is for mass production because apart from our dining table, there are, as you say, like there are huge amount of actual waste to make mayonnaise and food additives. So actually, like there was a lot of question like how to separate them, but actually in the industry there is a separation method. So already some separated shells and separated membranes are in use to make cosmetic or dietary supplement. However, still massive amounts of them are just dumped in landfills, costing money and environmental problems.
Oh, wow. It's very nice to hear all this deep explanation. It's amazing how from an egg waste you come up with all of these, really. It's amazing. And another thing that I want to ask you, because you mentioned that the project is obviously on development, you are researching, you will need to research further. Are you seeking some people to sponsor this project, or do you already have some sponsors, some supporters for your project?
I haven't got supporters, but I'd like to say it's ongoing project because actually with this pandemic situation, we experienced lockdown together, and so the project had to be wrapped up at the moment. So it'd be nice to have sponsors, but I think now I'm in the stage to work with regulations around filters.
Okay.
So I'd like to develop it with more precise experiments in a lab in the near future.
Okay, so you haven't actually gone after sponsors yet because you want to research more, but eventually you think you will try to approach some sponsors.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. Okay. Do you? Oh, sorry.
Yes, I have another question. The goal for you is that people can take the fabric and create the mask at their homes, or what kind of product did you imagine?
Like is an affordable product, or
a fabric that you can create another things, not only masks, or do you think that a product like only the mask?
In the industry, like medical fabric industry, everything is like disposable. So I think they all made by plastics, but they they are just disposed after the short lifespan. So I think it can be developed as also medical fabric, which use unwanted waste.
Okay.
Interesting.
Makes sense. Now, talking about materials, the next question is, what is the impact of innovative materials and technologies in your work and on your project?
I don't know its innovative material, but now there are more chickens than human in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And in chicken industry, like there are a lot of wasted material in addition to eggshell, such as feathers, carcass, and chicken manure.
Mm-hmm.
And disposal of them is one of the biggest challenge of the industry because they are all unwanted waste, which has a lot of protein inside.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it might open up a chance to look up the use of material in this area.
Mm-hmm.
And I looked up more traditional techniques and uses of eggs in the history and got inspired from there. So there are some interesting uses of this material apart from merely cooking it. So eventually the egg fabric could get the water resistancy and enough strength and softness mm, from the same material, egg white. And this is also inspired by Asian tradition to coat fabrics.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we can find sustainable and more organic ways through looking up traditional uses to deal with material.
Okay. Yes, the thing is, we really have an interesting information here that, according to research, we can see that when you are developing a product, the decisions you make, which includes materials, can impact up to 80% on the environment. So if we don't really care for materials, it's kind of impossible to do something sustainable, because the impact on the environment begins with materials, right? I
Yeah.
think so. Yeah, so I think it's very relevant, this work. Okay, then now another thing that we would like to ask is, who or what currently inspires your work?
Um, the famous Precious Plastic project by Dave Hawkins
Okay.
initially inspired my project that they saw wasted material as a potential resources in a local area. So I think in today's society, we value materials according to the time and energy that we spend on producing finished products. So thus we carelessly divide this is resource and this is waste.
Mm-hmm.
And this project gave me the insight that waste is just relative terms that human made. And it led me to think that there is no wasted material from nature's perspective. So waste can find its value back if we find the right form and let them make their voice.
Yes, definitely. It's what happened in nature, as you said. Yeah. Okay.
It's
And then,
like you were saying, because the material, it's not innovative, but you gave another view for this material.
Yeah.
you give yes, you give a new purpose for
New
it.
purpose, yeah.
Yes. So, and now talking about your work process, what do you enjoy the most? Like research, concept, or prototyping?
I would like to say the experimentation was really enjoyable
Okay.
because eggs are really common and close material to our daily lives. But have you ever thought that this waste from everyday breakfast might be the plastic alternatives? Like for me, I never thought like that. So during the experiment, like before I came up with the idea of filter, like I saw the material become a paper which has really beautiful texture
Mhm.
and also fabric, and also it could be molded with certain shape, and also it could be colored. And I think they were really all exciting and inspiring moments to see like potential opportunity that this neglected material could have.
And I have another question. When was your first time facing with these sustainable projects or things? Like when you did the university, like arts or furniture design, did you work with sustainable materials or products, or?
No, in my former university, like it was more about beautiful object that I could expand my design area in London.
Are you enjoying like this
new phase?
Yeah.
It's like having more responsibility, but I think it's really needed process to be a designer in this world.
Yes, actually, this leads us to a next question that we want to ask you. Where do you see your work going next, and what's the role of the designer in our contemporary world, in your opinion?
For my work, I would like to share my project with and potentiality of this material membrane with more people and experts from other fields. Like with the expanding of egg industry, egg waste will be increasing, but also I think there are always ethical issues about animal welfare around this material. So I think research on the egg membrane protein, and if we could engineer the protein cell, like the vegan leather project that they made a leather without cows, it would be another breakthrough to replace plastic filters. And for role of the designers, I think we are sometimes a maker, an artist and researcher, and sometimes a director of a project. So I think,
Yes.
yeah, and I think we are in a very open position with very open mindset, and I think it is very exciting point. So at first, what we do and what we propose can be seen very absurd or challenging to some people, but also I believe that at the same time it's very bold and creative and brave.
Mm-hmm.
So I believe what we do is make a starting point for changes, like through digging up hidden possibilities with creativity, curiosity, and passion. And also, I think we are best communicators who can make the creative ideas tangible or visible to be shared with more people and inspire more people.
Yes.
Great. Yes, we think that designers will take an more important role after this pandemic situation.
Yes. Yeah.
Because everything is really about design, about thinking of systems and products and ways to interact with each other, with crowds. How are we going to be living, traveling, consuming? So design is, we think, is a crucial
totally
part
agree.
of that. And it's interesting to hear you because we see more and more how design is approaching science. Science and design are walking hand in hand. So it's very interesting. It's not only about a beautiful or functional object, but also there is this side of science to work with materials and to try to do something sustainable, something circular. So yeah, and your project is a perfect example of this association with science and design, I think, right?
Yes, for sure. We have to take the best from the two worlds, no?
Yes.
I have just another question, because when we saw the fabric the sample that you have, this is the natural color?
Yeah, it's the natural color, but also it can be dyed. Yeah.
Yes, very interesting. I forgot to ask you.
Okay. And then we are coming to our, no, it's not the last question. We still have two more questions, sorry. So for you, sustainability and circular design are important concepts. I think it is for what you said, but can you tell us how important are these concepts for your work?
I think honestly, like I think being sustainable as humans and also as a designer can be very always contradictory because we continue to exploit and use our nature and resources to sustain our living, right?
Mhm.
So therefore, like I think we need to keep balance with nature. So I was looking unwanted waste, and thus honestly I'm still looking for the real meaning of sustainability and how to achieve it in this Anthropocene world.
Mhm.
But however, like looking at material apart from industrial perspective can be an initial step to keep sustainable balance with nature. I think thus I'm calling for open mindset and to find value of matter that is still overlooked through my project.
Let's see. Yeah, it's not an easy
Yeah.
task, but
Challenge.
yeah, it's very challenging. And talking about challenging, what do you think is the biggest challenge for designers to help us build in a sustainable world and to shift from a linear economy to a circular economy?
um, I think it might be personal, but I think there is a challenge in communicating with people from other fields, and I think this is really needed to make to bring the real impact on society eventually.
Mhm.
And so I think it will be very helpful to designers to have communication channel with people and experts from other fields who are interested in sustainability and team up or collaborate together. Because, for example, designers and scientists use very different language in doing project, and I think if we can have very open and active communication with more people, that can boost projects and bring richer results.
Yes, this reminds me of an exhibition we went here in Milan last year that was called Broken Nature,
Mhm.
and they actually mentioned this how to make also the language of design accessible to everyone, because more
Yeah.
and more we see how design is working together with science, not only biology but also sociology, other kind of
Engineers.
engineers.
Mhm.
So we need to speak this common language of design, and people need to design needs to be more accessible to everyone, actually. So I just thought about that, right?
Yeah.
When I heard you saying answering to this last question. So
Yes, and
We
I
think
think
collaboration is the key.
yeah,
Even in our work, we believe a lot in collaboration. So
yeah, because there's no way to be sustainable or to shift to a circular economy without collaboration, because you need to consider the whole system, right?
yes.
And you were saying, sorry, we interrupt you. You said you said something.
No, it's fine. Yeah.
Okay. No, but we still have time. Do you, if you want to add anything, it's fine.
Mm, I just want to add that I hope people would get inspired from my project and also develop this practice
Mhm.
further together because yeah, like I would like to share all the process with people. And so if any viewers have any questions, please contact me and I will be really appreciated by any advices, questions. Yeah,
Okay, that's
that's
great.
all.
We are so glad you participate in this talk, in these talks with us.
to know more about you and your work, it's very,
Yeah,
very interesting. We love it.
we really appreciate your time and availability. Thanks so much, Song. We hope
Thank
you
you.
the best for your career and your projects, and we will follow up with it.
And we will
And
keep in touch.
yeah, we'll keep in touch definitely. And we also would like to say a big thanks to Isola for giving us this opportunity for this talk. Tomorrow we will come back with another interview with a team from Ecuador. So stay tuned, and we hope to see you tomorrow.
Thank you
Bye
so much.
A big thank you.
bye, guys. Thank you.
Bye
Bye.
bye.
Ciao.
Ciao.